expensive.
We shine like a silver dollar.
They're worth
And
more than a
looks
penny.
like we're just about live
Copper.
here,
Copper,
folks.
big money in copper.
Okay. Well, welcome everybody to another edition of the South End of Phoenix. We are here again Thursday morning, Eastern Standard Time, 8 o'clock. So, those of you that have a business, you got to get on here. You got to find out if the something that you're selling is you want to be able to expand your marketing. Not everything is sold on social media. That's where a lot of the funnels will start. But somewhere along the line, you got to meet people that is interested in your business, is interested in the services or the products that you might be offering. So this is a great way to be able to do it online. And we do meet once a month. It's a hybrid sort of system where we do meet in person once a month at a certain location. In the case of the South End, we meet at River Lounge on the last Thursday of the month, which will be coming up on the 29th or something of this month. Oh, this is April, so yeah, it's as much as goes as much as 30 on the 30th in that way. So let's take a quick look at how Phoenix is doing overall. We have all right. Gonna do the share. Hopefully, everybody will be able to see this. And okay, this is our site basically. It's pbex.ca and pbex.ca. We're celebrating our 10th year right now. We launched Phoenix in 2016 in January, so we're really doing great in terms of how we've evolved over the last several years in that way. So, member of the week is Susan Ebbs from Melaleuca. She's our girl from the Wednesday group and has many products based on healthy products in your home. So they're not chemicals. They're all natural, that kind of thing. So let's get looking at her that way. There is a video there on some of her products. We have 4 chapters basically that we're doing live Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Thursday at 8 p.m. or 8 a.m. we have the Zoom embedded in the red buttons here for those that I can see, and the after hours we meet once a month on the last Tuesday of the month in the evening. So this way it hits that time slot where if you can't do it in the morning, it's more than desirable to do it on the yeah on the after hours in the evening. Some of the upcoming events that we have going. Now we have a special one for some of our members upcoming, and this is on another page altogether because it gives us an idea that we can meet with our other members. I have my sound bath next week on April 20. Oh, actually, next week on April 8th. I also have one on the 22nd. The 8th one was because we had to postpone it due to some health things that I was going through. So that's happening next week. I have my Facebook meditation class usually every Friday, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing it tomorrow because of the Good Friday and the family. I'll know more later on today. Penny Lee has her dance classes. Movement is medicine, and her potluck is on the 10th. That's the second Friday of the month. So that is an in-person meeting, and hopefully you'll be able to come in and join us on that one. Okay. The East Trade Winds, they meet every Tuesday, but not next Tuesday because it is Easter. And actually, next Tuesday we're not meeting either. So our Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday group next week are off. So it's off for family and for Easter. And we are meeting at the At Hive on April 22nd, which will be the Wednesday meetup. And the South End, of course, they meet on the 30th, right on the last day of that meeting. Okay, the last day of that. If you want to know more about Phoenix, there's a QR code right there. You're more than happy if you like to check that out. And we are sponsoring and backing up the Canada Food Bank once again. It's a local charity that we have here in Canada that helps literally tens of thousands of people in this area that are coming through. So we're very happy to do that. We have a golf thing coming up usually in August and September. We will nail down a date for that to bring in more funds for that particular charity. Okay. So we didn't have a chance to find out who would be doing the education, but if anybody has something they could bestow, you can let us know. The We can get right into our introductions just to see how things are going. Now on my phone we have another member. Her name is Sandy Benoit, and she is a dog whisperer. We're going to be talking with her. And actually, Sandy, you want to go first?
Not really.
Yeah, not really.
Hi,
Okay.
Sandy.
Good morning, everybody.
Just to basically tell people a little bit about what you do and
Yes,
what brought you
great.
to the education and the different things that you do to be able to help with dogs and so on. This is not your first rodeo. You've been doing this for quite some time.
Well, it's my first rodeo doing it here.
Yeah.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. I'm Sandy Benoit, founder of Canine Touch and Tell. The reason why my company is called Touch and Tell is because I'm visually impaired, so everywhere I touch upon, it tells me a story. Therefore, I can create a better bond between pet owners and their pets through canine massage or pet massage, energy work, essential oils. What else is there? Essential oils, stones. What are they? Crystals. Sorry, and core strengthening exercises. Over the past 30 years, I've given out many tips and different ideas with skills and ideas to help pet owners and their pets to overcome many challenges in their life. Sandy Benoit, Canine Touch Tell, 613-762-8869. How's that?
Okay. Very good,
Great.
Sandy. That's awesome. And you've been doing what you're doing for over 30 years, correct?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So this is great. Some of the things that Sandy has been involved in is just amazing. Where she can tell if something's lodged in a pet's system, and she can massage it out. It's amazing some of the things. There's one that a pet had swallowed some kind of a garment, and it was full of pins. Somebody was sewing, and it was full of
Oh, yes,
pins,
that was
and the
my
dog
niece.
swallowed it. You know, and well, you can go ahead and tell the story. I'm going to give you a little more time.
Anyways, what happened was it went into the hospital. And of course, I don't take away the jobs of the vets, but I sort of did it this time. And it was going to go in for surgery, so I had to look at it before it went into surgery. And it went out to go to the bathroom. And of course, what does it do? It dumped a huge pin. So there we go. There, Stella's talking to me. So yeah, that was a very creative idea, but we decided to do it because the surgery was going to give him more disadvantages to aftercare and before getting him into the surgery. So we decided to do it this way, and lo and behold, it came right out into his stool. I was shocked, but anyways, it worked. So that's what I do in a nutshell.
Okay, thanks a lot, Sandy.
Thank you.
I think my dog hears your
hears me.
voice. Hey, is that Sandy? Is barking. She doesn't normally bark at this time of year or this time
Hi,
of
Stella.
morning. So that's great. Thanks a lot, Sandy. And
Thank you.
over to Q. Go ahead, Q.
Thank you, Tony. Good morning, everyone. My name is Q, and I help families and business owners protect what matters most. Let me ask you something. If life changed tomorrow, would your family be financially secure? Would your business keep running without you? And most people hope. The answer is yes, but hope isn't a plan. That's where I comes in. As an insurance advisor, I don't just offer policy, I build protection strategy that keep your loved ones stable, your business operating, and your heart work intact, whether it's life insurance, local illness coverage, disability coverage, or business continue solutions. I help you prepare for the moment you can't predict because the truth is simple. The unexpected doesn't wait. And when it happens, the right plan gives your family time to grieve, your business time to adjust, and you the confidence that everything you have built won't fall apart. If you haven't reviewed your coverage or if you're unsure your current plan truly protect you, now's the time to have a conversation. Peace of mind isn't a luxury, it's a strategy, and it starts with taking the first step. Q from World Financial Group, providing you with financial peace of mind when you need it most. Thank you.
Thank you, Q. Um, that's great. Hope is not a strategy. I like that. That's so true. Okay, over to Kat.
I'm kind of disappointed. I thought hope was a strategy. It's what I run on, so I need to look at that. Sorry. So hi everybody. Open your mind to new possibilities, ones that truly recharge and reset your life. What if balance wasn't something you chased, but something you created with intention? Learn how to create real life balance, uncover limiting beliefs that are holding you back, and discover how to release those beliefs and move forward with clarity. Join Penny Lee for her transformative recharge and reset experience on Sunday, April 26th. And your reset will start there. And I'll drop a link for that in the chat box. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kat. Awesome. Awesome job. And Sam, over to you, sir.
Thank you, Tony. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Sandy. Sam Sturz, ConnectedCars.ca. Dash cameras are my main thing. If you have a vehicle and you're driving around without a dash camera, you're subject to potentially an accident that you could be blamed for, and you don't have any proof otherwise. With a dash camera, you will have proof of who caused the accident and when it was actually. It records time, distance, speed, all kinds of things, and you can actually get a dash camera that will actually come on when the vehicle is parked in a parking lot. If you need something around that, or you know someone that might, give me a call. I also do minor repairs in cars, oil changes, brake jobs, and these days right now I'm booking for summer tire installations. As you're probably aware, if you're in the Ottawa area right now, we got a sunny day. It's a little cool, but still nice and sunny. The snow is melting, and it's about time you started to look at getting your summer tires installed in your car. You don't have to do it today, but I would say before the end of April. If you want an appointment, I take appointments by the hour, and that's usually how long it takes me to install the summer tires and do a brake inspection, free brake inspection on your car. If you're interested in something like that, give me a call. Sam Sturz, ConnectedCars.ca. Today's mobile electronics without the cost of a new vehicle, and a lot more. No BAMs right now.
Okay, all right. Thanks a lot, Sam. Can you install like dash cam on a dog?
Dash camera on a dog. It has to be powered somehow.
Well, let's
I
consider
know there's
that.
solar ones out there, but how will they work?
Where would you hide the wires? Have to have a big dog, lots of fur.
No, there's one that's been advertised I've seen lately that has works off solar power. I would not recommend something like that because you can't guarantee how long it's going to take, a charge in the car. If we lived maybe in Santa Monica or something like that, someplace where it's a lot sunnier, we might be something that could be useful. But I do not recommend a solar powered dash camera at the present time.
Yes. Good one. Okay. Hi, everybody. Tony Jennings from Higher Self. I'm the spirit guy of the group. My next sound bath that we're looking at is next Wednesday. We will be introducing a brand new technology where we're going to be looking at the vibration of plants that will be able to convert electrical impulses in plants and turn them into sound on top of the sound bath that we're doing. It'll bring us to a closer union between humans and plants so that it shows that we can coexist from a vibrational perspective. So it'll be interesting to see how this will work. This is our first time we're going to be doing it where we're going to incorporate the two together. We're always trying to up our game. We're always trying to make things a little better and a little more powerful in this way, where we could really show that sound is a real thing to work with when it comes to health, when it comes to interconnection and the like. Okay, so looking forward to seeing some people there. We've already sent out a lot of the info on that. We will be changing some of the description on our site as well soon, so we're looking forward to that. In the meantime, if you're looking for getting a reading done or doing a personal tuning session, we'd love to have you and to show you what sound and is all about. There's less talking. When it comes to trauma, that the last thing you want to do is say to somebody, what happened? This way we do it all through energy, and it's much more sophisticated in terms of how that trauma will come out of you. You'll still remember it, but it won't have the same emotional hit. Tony Jennis from Higher Self. We are here to raise your spirits. Okay? So every what time we have our meeting, we always give one of our members more of an opportunity to talk.
Tony, I
Is it
can't
me?
hear you now.
Can you hear me, Sam?
Oh,
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah,
Okay.
you're back.
And this week we're going to be featuring Jacqueline Richards from Mortgage Unlimited, or Mortgage. She's our mortgage honey. And so, Jacqueline, take it away.
Thank
We're
you.
all yours. We're riveted. We're rocking it.
Yay. I'm busy looking for more light, but that's okay. You've got my voice. And Q, thank you for having a conversation with me. I very much appreciate it. It was quick. I know we'll have another one. And so I am tickled pink to be presenting today. Not just about mortgages, though. I did take a beautiful long deep breath as I'm in a new space, and I lifted my shoulders. I took them back, I released them down, and I extended my arms, thinking, I have something to say about fraud. Shocking. I know. It's something that often no one wants to talk about because either they've been taken advantage of or they have taken advantage. So I have, I hope it's an 8-minute opportunity to talk to you, not just from the mortgage perspective, because I have to ask the questions. When I'm talking about money, I've heard people say, I've been taken advantage of, and I don't know what to do. While I had a great conversation with Q, I also need to say thank you to Kat for promoting Give to Gain. It is the the women's oh my gosh, it was CWC, Canadian Women in Communication and Technology. I was co-chair once upon a time, and we had an amazing event. It was sold out. We had exceptional speakers. I didn't know I was listed as a keynote speaker, and I had much appreciation because I had said what no one wanted to say. It's 5 of us doing that, and it was very much appreciated, Kat, because it was a sold out event. On to my webinar about fraud. Now, it was March was fraud month of fraud, to talk about it, to find space. Though it's April 2, I'm going to talk about it anyway. You can never get too much information about how to take care of yourself. So now I need to, how do you say, find the PowerPoint. Look at that. It's there. It's ready. It's waiting. I'm so excited. Thank you. It's
We
amazing
don't
what it,
see anything yet, Jacqueline. If you wanted
oh,
to
you
share
mean,
screen, and then you see
you
it,
mean,
but
you mean, I'm looking at it all by
you're
myself.
looking at
Thank
it.
you.
Yes. Yeah, if you can just hit the green button and then share. There you go.
Okay. So
Perfect. Yeah.
I just need to go
Love
to
this.
the top. Okay, there we go. So it's fraud awareness because we choose not to, in some cases, spot the spams. We forget that we are not alone. We forget to take a long, deep breath when we're busy being taken advantage of. It is painful. It is shocking to find out who's has been taken advantage of. I know my grandmother had been, and we went through this drama, but it wasn't quite like this. So we continue to take a long, deep breath. Lift your shoulders, take them back, drop them down. And here's why spams work. So we'll do the 3 E's. No, I take it back, the 4 E's. And it starts, the first E is about ego, self-confidence. What is it that has us allowed things to lurk? So here it is. Scams lurk in emails. Scams lurk in calls, in posts. And in 2026, it brings more AI empowerment threats. 2026, and it's just the beginning. You know, Canadians have lost a lot of money in fraud, a lot of money. You know, only between 5 to 7% of fraud is reported. You forgot you wanted to pick up the phone to lock arms with other people who could help you. So because it's fraud month, or was fraud month, I will continue to suggest that the 4 E's, the first one's about ego, move it out of the way, because not everyone is too smart. And that's your biggest vulnerability, to think you're better than. The next E is about evolution. I just talked about AI 2026 and onward. And deep fakes, we've heard that comment, that note about deep fakes. How deep does it go to find out information, to have information about you? And it's not just, think about it, it's not just the Nigerian princes that have caught you. We hear that, we've seen that. And it's not just that. It's about education. The lack of awareness leaves you sometimes not just one step behind. And it's about exposure. Did you leave yourself open? You know, the 3 E's, ego makes smarter people a little less cautious, and evolution like AI, and without education, without the plots, because they thicken. And in Ontario, let me read this. Wow. Over 193 million losses in the early 2025. It's not lost. That's a lot of money. Exposure means there's constant online feeds. I just talked about deep fakes. They predate. And then we take a look at, it's not just about emotional. Now we're being manipulated. So consider the emotions that you feel when you think, not now, or don't lose the account. It's interesting when you think of not just fear, but sympathy. You know, when you get those calls, those emails, please help me out. I know I got that call. You know, your son needs your help. He's in jail. Can you send $10,000 as bail? Examples of all that around the world. Emergency family. My mother-in-law received a phone call. She was on her way to the bank. Her daughter found her and said, "Mom, where are you going?" "I'm going to the bank. I just got a call. Your brother has been charged and he needs money." "Mom, what are you talking about?" "Our brother is RCMP. Do you think that is true?" "God love Mom. He's RCMP." It's not just about family members. It is the thought that could it be true? That's what my mother-in-law thought it could be. She's going to help. And maybe it's about your brother. You're going to help. Because the truth infringes. It's about where are those powerful sources? This person who called says they're with CRA. They are with the police. They are with a company that they used to work with, and they don't want to send them to jail for fraud. Isn't that interesting? Deep fake, it prunes on relationships. It prunes on authority, and it's about being authentic. So when we take a look at the biases and the influences that we take a look at, that's exactly what we need to do when we take a breath, lift our shoulders, take them back, drop them down, and perhaps trust ourselves at this point, not that call, not that email. And so scammers, well, they've got it so good. So good. You know why? Because they have tech tools. They have, when we talk about scammers, so it's the AI, we just talked about that. There's fake sites. I don't know if anyone's seen. Go to this this website address, send the information because we will send you the information that will help you. We will send you the information that will allow you to find out more information. The dark web is dark. Fake IDs. As a mortgage consultant, my job is to make sure that my clients have valid ID. My job is to make sure that they have taken a look at what their credit scores look like. Has anyone dropped in? Deepfakes, spoofing, clones. There's videos out there. Consider how to protect yourself because it can be relentless and sometimes exhausting about deepfakes. I love AI. I use AI, and so do the scammers. The dark web tells and sells everything. They'll promote, and it's interesting, they use celebrity voices. I don't know if you've seen a couple years ago, they had our prime minister at the time offering stock options. I made all of this and I happen to be your prime minister and I think you need the help. I'm here to help you. That quite a deep fake. Do you know how many people dropped into that one? So let's just consider that perhaps we want to stay educated, skeptical about everything online. I know Q's got information online and it's Q. And I know her. I can call her. I know her email address. I've used it. Tech scans, find the shields that will allow. We've seen it. We have access to all of these shields for scams. Here's a question. I know that we have a company that helps us with our IT. Do you think they're going to help us make sure that we have antivirus protection? Say yes, we have a corporation that helps us here in PBX. Pause. Remember I said take a breath, lift your shoulders, take it back, drop them down. Pause. Call trusted advisors. Call companies direct. I know there are fraudsters that say, I am this major bank that you might happen to be with, and you need to take a look at your account. Let me help you. What is your access code so I can help you? Say no. It's okay to say no. Have defense and awareness about taking care of yourself. Scams exist everywhere. And they use blockers. If you are suspect, and if you're their suspect, they're going to continue to make those calls, send those emails. Did you get the code to me yet? We have a good friend, it used to be with PBX. She was scammed. And then she talked about it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. She put out a webinar and said, here's what I went through. She was not afraid to say it out loud because there's other people who needed to hear the story. She now understands she needs to stay alert to help her stay safe, and her children stay safe, and their friends stay safe. So here's just a couple of thoughts, options, opportunities to take a look at fraudulent activity and how you can save yourself. So here's this groovy website, fct.ca. Insights, more information about scams, fraudsters. Interesting because fraudsters have the opportunity in so many ways to take a look at your MasterCard. Please take a look at this, The Anatomy of a Scam. It's a great website for you to take a look and figure out, and not just you and your family. Report suspicions, the Anti-Fraud Center. We need it. To go, to live in silence doesn't help because there have been $168 million lost. And I ask you not to lose yours. So, do you happen to have any questions at this moment? We can stop 90%. Sam.
Yeah, go ahead, Sam.
Thank you very much, Jacqueline, for your presentation. Actually, I wanted just to add that I personally, not personally, but I remember a case where people were frauded right here in Ottawa. It was a CRA, Canadian Revenue Agency scam that someone said that they owed money and they needed to quickly pay or they were going to get charged and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I think they lost something like $100,000 in the scam. And I think your advice is excellent. If you don't know, call that, and that's what Canadian Revenue Agency says. If someone pretends to, or saying that they are, call us back to confirm. And if you have someone, a friend that you can call to can help you decide. I know my wife's mother was 93. We constantly remind her that if anything somebody says you owe money or there's someone in trouble, call us so we can verify for you before something, you get scammed on something like that. So good advice. Thank you, Jacqueline. And I hope I helped somebody too.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you.
Go ahead, Kat.
Thanks, Jacqueline. That was great. So I hear these fraud stories on a daily basis because my partner, he works for the fraud department of the bank. So
Wow. Okay,
Well, that's handy.
well, I do have one question. So I was with you on everything apart from one acronym you used that went over my head.
Yeah.
What is a CMP?
CMP. Oh, that was for me. That's Canada Mortgage Professional.
Oh,
Yeah. And so that our job, we have every year, training in fraudulent activity. We need to do a course for which we need to pass the course to say we understand about fraud. So Canadian mortgage professionals need to have that in place. And if we don't, we cannot practice. We take documents that are from our clients that are private, confidential, and they trust us with it. To find out that they have been frauded is a phone call to every single person that they've offered information to. So it's a big deal. It's a very big deal.
Yeah, I just heard of a story recently about an internal bank. It was 7 o'clock in the morning. The assistant manager gets into the bank and he gets a call from a client, a high valued client. They've got millions of dollars in their account, and he says, "Look, I want to send this money, and it has to go to a certain account, and it's got to be done quick." And that's one of the biggest right off the red flag when everything has to be done fast.
Yeah.
And he says, I'd like to get this, and it's in this person's voice. So somehow they managed to mimic the voice of this particular client of the bank. So in the protocol, the assistant manager calls the manager on his phone, and he picks up and he says, I have this client, and it needs to go out. He says, yes, I have been um, um, briefed on this. You go ahead and send the funds
Yeah.
whenever. He says,
Yeah.
okay, so that was the protocol. However, what happened was these scammers knew that the guy was going to call the manager and managed to intercept the call with an AI voice thing, and it sounded just like the main manager of the bank. And he said it was okay. So the money was sent right away. When the later in the morning,
Wow.
the assistant manager says, "Okay, just so you know, the transfer went out as per we agreed." He says, "What transfer?" You know. So even in the bank, when they are
Yeah.
trained, sometimes they're just so clever, and everything's done very quickly. What they forgot to do is have an internal sort of a password. It's like, what is the code for that?
Yeah.
In other words, if they would have been let's say Purple Panda might have been the code. What's the code? If the guy doesn't know the code, they might be able to mimic the voice and might be able to do all those things. But in private, if you come up with like a code or some kind of a password or something, like
Yeah.
how's the weather? Oh, it's very good on Thursday. Something. And
Yeah.
that way you have the final thing that this is the person. If they can't answer that, then it stops. It's like, okay, no, I don't know who this is, but so you got to be so careful. Um, I got this other one where this father got or this husband got a call from his wife on her wife's cell phone. It shows up on his phone. It's his wife's cell phone, and he says, "Oh, honey, I knocked the car a little bit. I need a little bit of money. What's the PIN number again for our account?" And they said, "How's the weather?" Because they had a code going. And
Wow.
anyway, the question was eluded, and he says, "Okay, what's the weather like over there? What's our code?" And they didn't know. So he says, "It's so," and it sounded just like my wife. He says, on her phone, like they're getting really clever, so that it's
Wow.
even on the display, it shows the person's phone number. They can do anything.
It's
So this is a last sort of a ditch thing that you can do privately with your kids or anything,
yeah,
that there should be a code.
exactly. And there's so many red flags that I didn't touch on. It is the pay now or you'll be arrested. We've
Yep.
heard that one. Um, the documents that are official documentation that they sent you from CRA. However, you've never heard of a department like that. You've never heard of a title of a person like that. They ask about crypto and gift cards. In that conversation, our good friend had to go to an ATM machine, not just any ATM machine. It was a very specific ATM machine. She was shocked. Why would I need to do that? I'll just go to the bank. No, go to this ATM machine to get the money. You've got a prize. We've heard that one. And typos. Never give out your SIN number, ever. Uh, that's a hot spot. And cryptocurrency, that's a big deal.
What's
A
a
big,
SIN
big
number?
deal. Oh, social insurance number. In the US, it's a social security number. That'll get you places. And you
Gotcha.
don't want anyone to have that other than you. Yeah.
Yeah, my son got hit there last year, and all they had was a picture of my son's driver's license. They didn't have any SIN number. They just had his driver's license,
Wow.
and they managed to get a $76,000 Mercedes scammed out of a dealership just from a driver's license. And that they just changed the photo,
That's
and
yeah.
and the bank approved this. It's like there was usually there's a signature, or there's a SIN number or something that if you're getting a loan for that, and they
Yep.
it just went through. So it was so embarrassing for the bank that their thing was
Yep.
so lax. So it took my son almost a year to clear that up. so that he wasn't responsible for it. But
Yeah.
they just drove off the lot and they tried with another Ram truck to with the same thing,
Wow.
and they got it. And then, but four other banks called him directly. He says, "Are you getting a loan for such and such a?" And he says, "No, it's a scam." So it's sometimes it's not just the technology. It just do you have the guts to try something, and
Yeah.
it would work? It's like the systems are old, and it needs to some of the systems that like these third track banking loan. They all they want to do is just sell the car at any price,
Mm.
and they don't go through the protocol of all the things you need to do now
Yeah.
because it's
How did
getting
they get it, Tony? How did they get the license picture?
Oh, it was it was an email that was sent from one mortgage person to the bank to approve something, and somehow they intercepted the email, and it had in the attachment it had the driver's license photo in the email, and that's all they had. Like, but when you're getting a loan, you need so much more than just your driver's license.
Well, on that note, I need two pieces of ID.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
and that driver's license, I need front and back.
No, it was they
It
might have
was
had
just the
that.
front. Oh,
Yeah, because it was for the mortgage. I think they needed
yeah,
both, but
yeah.
still
We
uh
need, yeah,
it's just yeah, some systems need to be upgraded, but yeah, so yeah, just have a code or just always check your
yeah,
now there is something at TransUnion and Equifax that you can call so that if someone is trying to do a loan through either one of those, that they call you. I
yeah,
think you have to call. I don't know, Jacqueline, you might know more about this than I
yeah.
do, but
It's right on
there's
the
an
report.
extra
So
thing you could do just to make sure nobody can just put through a loan without your knowledge, and then
yeah,
you'll find out after, right? Is that right or?
absolutely. So if someone has gone through this situation where they've had fraudulent activity happen on their personal accounts, on their TransUnion Equifax, there's a note saying you cannot take any information from this client without calling them on this home number, on like their number. It's on the report. You can't do anything until you've called that client, who then calls Equifax and says it's okay that Jacqueline Richards accesses my information.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's good topic, Jacqueline.
Yes.
Anybody else? Is there any insurance that could help with this? Now, apparently, there is some insurance that if somebody scams, now I'm not sure about this. I heard that if anyone tries to do any activity regarding identity theft, there is an insurance for that, and then it covers you. It's like $800, but it's for the rest of your life. In other words, if any time somebody tries to scam you, all you have to do is send it to this company, and they take care of the thing. Q, do you know anything about this or insurance about identity theft? Okay, I thought.
Sounds like what Legal Shield do, because they do something for identity protection.
Oh, I think that's the one. I think
Yeah.
that's the one. Yeah, 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 and it's like $400 or $600. It's a one-time payment, and you pay this company. And if any activity goes on, like with my similar to my son's, all you have to do is just send all the information to the company,
Yeah.
and they
Yeah.
handle all of that stuff. He was on the phone for hours
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
hours to try and straighten this out.
Yeah.
And his
And
score went down because they thought it was him.
yeah.
He didn't want to pay, and they were even sending him the monthly payments, so for him to pay. He says, "No, this isn't me."
This is
So it's
exhausting. Yeah. And I think Legal Shield is in North America. So both Canada and the US.
yes, yes, Legal Shield. Yeah, okay,
But
okay, good.
it's in Europe, Kat?
No, we
No.
had it. We had it for a month.
Okay.
So they left. They left. Yeah, they left the UK. It just didn't work.
Oh,
Really?
okay.
What does that mean? It didn't work. Fraud
Um,
didn't work.
Well, fraud worked, but Legal Shield as a company didn't really take off.
Okay.
We decided it wasn't worth keeping. So
Really? Oh,
it's America only. We tried.
okay.
Well, well,
Okay.
all
Well,
that said, thank you.
thank you, Jacqueline, for the
Thank you.
topic.
Yeah, thank you.
It's, yeah, Sandy, do you have a question? I thought.
No, I just wanted to say thank you. It was very interesting.
Okay. All right. All right. So, Kat, if you have a, quote that you could post for us, that'd be great.
So the quote is from Ralph Waldo Emerson. Most of the shadows of this life are caused by standing in one's own sunshine.
Very good. And those
Right.
that are on
Thank
Facebook
you.
Live, LinkedIn Live, and YouTube, thank you very much for being with us, and hope to see you again, not next week, because we're not here, the week after. So we'll see you in a couple